Boiled eggs are delicious, but did you know that there are over 100 ways to cook eggs? In this video, I'll be leading you through 25 out of 100 ways to cook eggs and their histories. So grab your pots and pans and let's cook. First on the list is fried eggs. Probably the most basic of them all, but it might interest you to know that this recipe goes all the way back to the Egyptians. They were the first to fry ostrich eggs, and not much has changed since then. To prepare fried eggs, add some oil in a heated pan, then crack your egg into the oil. Allow for some seconds till the white is solid, and there you go. Easy, right? Well, the next one is just as easy as its name, over easy eggs. This recipe is believed to have originated in the United States in the 1930s, and it's delicious. You begin by cracking your eggs into a greased, heated pan. Just don't let the yolk break. Once the white begins to crisp, flip the egg over. If you prefer the yolk to be runny, cook the eggs on the second side for just a few seconds until the whites are fully set, but the yolk is still soft and your eggs are ready to be served. Too easy? How about we step up the level a little with over medium eggs? This recipe is an upgrade of the over easy eggs. Eggs prepared with this method have a lot more solid yolk compared to over easy. Here, the flipped side is cooked longer so that the yolk is not runny but jammy. You can fold it between two pieces of sliced bread and you have the perfect breakfast sandwich. But it's not as perfect as the next egg recipe, over hard eggs. Similar to a well-done steak, these eggs have a firmer texture and take a little longer to cook. To make this, crack the eggs in the greased pan, sprinkle pepper, sea salt, or any of your favorite seasonings. Then cook till the egg white turns completely crispy. Flip to the other side and cook. Then serve as you like. Bon appetit! One of my favorites is the sunny side up eggs. This style of cooking eggs can be traced back to the 20th century in the United States. This recipe is cooked by frying just one side of the egg, no flipping over. Allow to cook until the egg whites are done, leaving the yolk runny. Sprinkle a little bit of seasoning and you're done. Enough of runny yolk fries. Let's try something different, shall we? Here's another popular one, scrambled eggs. The earliest documented recipe for scrambled eggs was in the 14th century Italian cookbook, Libro della Cucina. Unlike the ones I've mentioned so far, scrambled eggs need you to break that yolk. To make this, crack the raw eggs into a plate and whisk thoroughly, adding your desired seasoning. Then pour gently into a heated, greased pan. Stir the whisked eggs as they cook till you're satisfied with the texture. It's the perfect breakfast. Speaking of a perfect recipe, have you tried basted eggs? How do you prepare it? Easy. It's best if you use butter as a grease. Once melted, pour in the cracked eggs. When the whites are mostly set, add water and cover. Let it cook until some of the white has set over the yolk. This recipe has a tiny similarity to poached eggs, but it's more flavorful and tastes a lot better, in my opinion. But not everything has to go through hot oil. So let's get into the boiling methods, like soft-boiled eggs. Soft-boiled eggs are as easy and basic as counting your fingers. Simply put the entire raw egg in a pot with enough water to cover it. Cook for 5 to 6 minutes, just long enough for the white to harden inside the shell while maintaining the yolk's creaminess. These are perfect in ramen. We'll save that for another video. Hard-boiled eggs. The difference between this and the soft-boiled egg is the duration of the boil. While we cooked soft-boiled eggs for about 5 to 6 minutes, hard-boiled eggs would require to be cooked for 12 to 15 minutes for the yolk to harden perfectly. Once done, cool the eggs in another bowl of cold water. Gently peel away the shell, slice neatly, and enjoy with some delicious avocados. Up next is poached eggs. Poaching is an ancient cooking technique that was used to prepare different delicacies like dumplings, nut custard, and of course, eggs. Preparing it is quite easy and interesting. All you have to do is boil some water to simmer, then add vinegar to the boiling water to maintain the shape of the egg. Create a small hurricane in the boiling water and drop the cracked eggs in the center of the whirlpool. Allow to cook for 3 to 4 minutes and serve with English muffins. I know you like it, but save your thank yous for this next recipe, the French omelet. This is a French recipe, so you already know it's going to be top-notch. A French omelet is made by whisking eggs with salt and pepper, cooking them briefly in a hot buttered pan, gently stirring as they set, folding them over, and then briefly cooking until just set, trying to avoid any browning. There you go. Jacques Pepin will be proud. Let's try a different version of this. The French country omelet. This is also called omelette campagnat. Here you'll cook diced vegetables in a pan, greased with butter until brown. Whisk the eggs with salt and pepper and pour into the pan. Stir and fold. Do this until it's set with some golden brown tones to it. Then serve it with herbs. The taste is simply irresistible. But wait until you taste this next egg. Category: deviled eggs. Don't worry, it's not what you think. The deviled egg has its roots in ancient Rome, where it was a fancy meal usually made for guests. To prepare it, hard boil and cool the eggs. Peel and cut them into halves, and remove the yolk. Mash the yolk with mustard, mayonnaise, salt and pepper, then fill the egg whites with a yolk mixture. Yummy, the perfect appetizer. Speaking of appetizers, have you tried eggs en cocotte? This French technique is one of the few baked egg recipes that will leave you biting your fingers for more. Eggs en cocotte is prepared by cracking eggs into greased ramekins with toppings such as cheese, cooked bacon, or sautéed vegetables. The eggs are seasoned with salt and pepper. Then, a tablespoon of cream or milk is poured over them. After baking in a preheated oven for 12 to 15 minutes, until the whites are set and the yolks are slightly runny, the eggs en cocotte are served hot, either in the ramekins or transferred to serving plates. Up next, Scotch eggs. If you don't know about British Scotch eggs, I wonder what you've been doing with your eggs, because this is one of the best. Scotch eggs are made by wrapping hard-boiled eggs in sausage meat, coating them in breadcrumbs, and deep frying until golden and crispy. There you go. Munch away. Italian frittata. I thought of a better side meal to spice your morning, and the Italian frittata stood out among all. You can make it yourself by simply whisking the eggs with ingredients like cheese, vegetables, meats, or herbs. Then cook the mixture slowly in a pan until it is set. The aroma alone is satisfying. Next on the list is the French quiche. This extraordinary cuisine is a mixture of eggs, cream, and other ingredients like cheese, vegetables, meats, or seafood. Just use your discretion. Then, the mixture is seasoned with herbs and spices, then baked until the custard is set and the crust is golden. Most French love it alongside a salad. You'll love it too. Alright, I know French delicacies are always out of this world, but the first time I ate huevos rancheros, I almost melted because of their amazing taste. This recipe is a classic Mexican meal that comes from the rural parts of Mexico. Huevos rancheros is a traditional Mexican dish made by frying eggs and serving them on top of corn tortillas smothered in a spicy tomato-based sauce. The eggs are cooked until the whites are set, but the yolks are still running. Enjoy it with a plate of rice, and thank me later. Next on the list is the Chinese tea eggs, also known as chayedan, a popular Chinese appetizer. Preparing this requires hard-boiling eggs and then simmering them in a flavored mixture of black tea, soy sauce, and your choice of spices. The shells are cracked to allow the flavors to penetrate the eggs. Once cooked, you simply peel the eggs and enjoy with some soy sauce. It's not something you would want to eat every day, but it's worth a try. Here's another traditional technique of preparing eggs: tamago sushi. Tamago sushi originated in Japan and consists of a sweet and fluffy Japanese omelet called tamago. The tamago is made by whisking together eggs, sugar, and soy sauce, then cooking it into a rectangular shape and slicing it into bite-sized pieces. You can pair this with seasoned rice and see the magic. Have you tried Eggs Benedict before? Eggs Benedict is a classic American breakfast dish you can make by combining a toasted English muffin topped with Canadian bacon or ham, a poached egg, and hollandaise sauce. And that, my friends, gives you a perfect American Eggs Benedict. Next up is the Spanish tortilla, popularly called tortilla española. This recipe has been tested and proven to give you that delicious taste of a typical Spanish dish. You can make this dish yourself when you combine sliced potatoes and onions cooked in olive oil until soft. Then add your beaten eggs and cook until it's ready. The result you'll get is a thick omelet that is enjoyed as an appetizer. Indian curry. Appetizers are great, but the main courses are even better, and the Indian egg curry is just the perfect choice for a morning meal. To make this, boiled eggs are added to a tomato-based curry sauce seasoned with a blend of spices like cumin, turmeric, and chili powder. It's not just about the eggs. You can enjoy this with rice or bread to give you a satisfying and complete protein-rich meal. Egg dosa. Just when you thought you've had enough Indian egg recipes, egg dosa shows up in grand style. Egg dosa is made by spreading dosa batter on a hot griddle, cracking an egg on it, and cooking until the egg is set and the dosa is crispy. The dosa batter is made from rice and lentils, fermented overnight for flavor. It's served hot with chutney or sambar. And lastly, coddled eggs. This technique does better with toast, but either way, it still makes a yummy breakfast. Coddled eggs are broken and cooked into their own little pots, which are placed in the main pot of boiling water. So the egg doesn't touch the water, giving it a custard-like texture. You can scoop from the little pots and enjoy the meal. If you watched till this point, it means you found this video interesting, so thank you for watching. How many of these recipes have you tried, and which would you like to recreate? Let us know in the comments. Until the next one, folks, see you soon.